Videos of feuds with one's neighbor are pretty common. If you search crazy neighbors, you'll see endless amounts of results. This poses a problem. Why? Because it makes it insanely difficult for me to find an old video of a bizarre pair of neighbors who lived across the street from a family who documented their daily harassment. I saw this video quite a few years ago. It doesn't help that I do remember that the video in question is over a decade old. Even with infinite amounts of scrolling, I typically see videos that are only from the past year or 2 years. This is due to YouTube's piece of shit search functionality. It works significantly worse than it did 10 years ago. Anyone who used YouTube then knows what I'm talking about. I digress. My point is searching for this through YouTube or even on Google results in nothing. All hope feels lost, but I had one last card to play. I decided to search through my YouTube subscriptions. Wasn't certain if at the time I saw the video I subscribed to the channel, or if even the channel that I watched the video on was the original creators. It was worth looking into. There's another problem. I've had my channel for quite a while, and that means I have probably over 1,000 YouTube subscriptions. My dedication to find this is strong, and I won't be discouraged until I get to the bottom of my subscriptions. My hunt ended once I got to the M's. As you can see, there's a channel here by the name of Momo Beta. Initially, it says, the channel has no videos whatsoever. I was about to click off of the channel, but then I tap on the playlists tab, and I notice something remarkable. There's 3 videos in their favorites playlist, and one of them is one of the neighbor videos. Now, the reason why it was so hard to find is because the video is unlisted. So if I had clicked off this channel without looking into their favorites playlist, I probably would have missed it and never found it, but here we are. I searched the exact title of this video through Google, and I managed to find literally 2 threads, one from Reddit and one from another website regarding obnoxious neighbors. And the Reddit post, which was from 2015, was quite helpful because they also provided a link to another video that's unlisted, and they mentioned that there's a total of 8 videos on the channel. So we only have 2 of them, unfortunately, but it's plenty of footage to go through. The Reddit post also linked another video, not by the people documenting these crazy neighbors, but someone who lived in the area of these videos and would watch the documentation that was posted and decided to go and talk to these neighbors. Again, this is at the time of when the videos were first being posted, which was way back in like 2009 to 2011. So we have that to go through as well. Let's get started. I want to start with the shortest video I was able to obtain. This video here is the only one that is exclusively audio, along with some captions on screen that Momo Beta added. Off topic, I can't help but to love these videos even more, with how all of them besides the interview with the neighbors was edited using Windows Movie Maker.
And I waved at her and she just came back, so I presume she went to the grocery store or something. Came out in her socks, out to the garage to close it quick, and yes, she is back in the recliner chair with the window open, with her hat on, watching her TV. I'm walking on the grass now for a minute. She even turned her porch light on. That's unfreaking believable. She turned her porch light on. She's sitting in the window, eating some kind of a snack. I see the hand going up to her mouth, eating some kind of a snack. With the window wide open, but no light on. It looks to me like maybe she got tired of that hat, and she took the hat off, and she's just laying there with her hair. I think she took the hat off, and she's just laying there with her hair. Yeah, just like a dead person laying there in the chair.
Yeah, I'm in the back room.
Okay.
It appears Momo Betta is using some sort of a police scanner to pick up the conversation the neighbor is having with her husband through walkie-talkies. Not only is that strange to communicate with your husband that way in your own house, but she's also staring straight from across the street, commentating what Momo Betta's wife is doing, and making sure to analyze her every move. She sounds almost repulsed by the way their family operates, doing what appears to be normal everyday things. She was disgusted with how she went out to the garage briefly in her socks, at one point even sounding in disbelief that their porch light was on. My absolute favorite line, now she took off her hat and is just laying there with her hair.
She's just laying there with her hair.
The next video is the most telling, clocking in at around 7.5 minutes and holding over 3.1 million views. We will see why this is truly one of the creepiest cases of problematic neighbors you'll ever see.
And again with the craziness, she's gonna hide behind her tree and jump around like an idiot. And he's got his margarine containers over his ears. This is what I have to deal with every time I pull out of the house. Is this bullshit. Disgusting. This is what happens when you try to talk to crazy people. They blow a whistle and hide behind a tree. Disgusting. Oh, this is nothing. She'll start dancing around here in a minute.
What an idiot.
All because I mowed the lawn with headphones on. So I didn't have to listen to her. She was up on her stoop, screaming and yelling and waving her arms too while I was... Well, now he's wearing his things on his ears. I wore headphones today. Apparently that's funny.
I put my margins on my head that didn't, oh, there's a big scraper that didn't do anything. He won't leave it like this long, I can tell you that. He just thinks this is real funny. I'm just gonna go back to reading.
Chelsea's home. There's the shenanigans.
I'm right here, right here, right here. Ram right here, ram right here. Joe, ram right here.
Just heard the garage go up. So we'll see what happens. Here they are. I'm gonna go stare at him from the street.
Backing out, and look what I have to look at. Crazy lady staring at me, being ridiculous. I don't know what I did to incite her today, but there she is, just staring at me. And the praise Jesus begins. Acting like an idiot. She's gonna jump around behind her tree. Every time I leave the house, it's this craziness. There she goes again. This is why I need window tint. Garbage can gets put away, and then the jumping. She comes out to the end of the driveway, stands in the middle of the street, looks in our window, and jumps around like a jackass. I have no idea what she's so excited about, but there you go. Happens 5 times a day, every day. I open my blinds. Why I need... It's so creepy looking at this guy watch through my window as he drinks from his coconut. Whatever the hell it is. It's kind of funny. Just staring in our window. Drinking two-handed out of his little coconut thing. Like a 3-year-old.
There's a lot to take in here. I never want to hear someone claim they're being gang stalked unless they have footage like this. Jokes aside, this type of behavior occurring mere yards away from your house would drive anyone crazy. They don't appear to be getting physical with Momo Betta and his wife, but they are waging a form of psychological warfare. It's a tricky situation. I'm not sure if what they're doing is illegal, especially since they are almost always at their home when messing with them. There's just one very important question. Why? Why on earth are they doing this? Are they on drugs? Are they mentally ill? Or do they have genuine malice towards Momo Betta and his wife? We do have one last video to watch. It's an interview uploaded by a user that goes by Samsonite. He and his friends took it upon themselves to go to the neighbor's house and ask them personally. The description for the video reads, "After seeing how close I live to the people in the video, my crazy nutjob neighbor, we decided to go interview both sides. We plan on filming a lot more and trying to get better interviews and eventually turning this into a documentary, but for now, enjoy the nutjob side of the story." Now, I can't find any interview with Momo Betta, but still, I'm sure we'll learn a little something from the nutjob neighbor. We demand some answers. Let's hear it.
Excuse me? Can I have 1 minute, 1 moment of your time? Hi. We're making a documentary about the neighborhood, and we noticed there was a tad of a feud between you and your neighbor over there, and we're wondering if we,
Who are you?
we're students at the University of Utah.
Who would you say? Who told you there's a tad of a feud?
Well,
we've just been observing the neighborhood.
Yeah.
Like we've just been walking around.
We always walk around.
And we just noticed that like every time he leaves, you guys come outside.
Yeah,
and so we were just curious.
We tried ringing your doorbell and see if we could speak to you. And then we rung his doorbell and got his side story. Wondering if you could just tell us if there's a reason why there's a bit of a feud between you and
Ben.
Do you know that he's on drugs?
He is?
Yes, sir.
Do you know what drugs they are?
Yes, I do.
Which
What
ones?
drugs?
I'm not sharing that with you.
But do you know anything
Do you
else?
know he's dealing?
He's dealing.
He's doing
He
drugs?
didn't tell us that.
He's a firefighter.
Yeah.
So he's a drug dealer.
He's a drug dealer.
Yes, he's an alcoholic and he's a drug dealer. But he's a functional alcoholic and drug dealer, as many of our folks are.
Mhm.
Okay? You don't know who they are, do you?
No.
They're next to you in class.
Really?
They're next to you on the street.
Functional alcoholics.
Yes.
Mhm.
They go to work Monday through Friday.
Mm-hmm.
Well, okay.
Um,
And he's one of them. And is that the reason why there's a feud?
There's no feud.
No feud. Okay.
No. But you have to watch these people who are dealing. And you're
That is true.
reporting to the police.
Mm-hmm.
And we do.
Has he been arrested before?
His live-in girlfriend has.
Oh.
Wait, what about the live animal
Aren't
traps?
they? He told me they were married though.
They're married now.
Well, yeah, but
Yeah.
so not live-in girlfriend. It's wife now.
Yeah. Where do you guys live?
We
We
live.
just live up there by. Well, he lives over there by Creekside Park, and I live up by Olympus High School.
Yeah, we live just like across the
Yeah.
street from each other, and we're kind of just observing the neighborhood, see, because there's not really much else going on. So
It was
I
just
was
it was a
wondering
film
if you have
project to
permission.
make a documentary
Obviously,
about a certain part of the city.
Well, let's see. Okay, he's a drug dealer and an alcoholic.
Mhm.
And a drug user.
Drug abuser.
Or have you actually witnessed him doing drugs?
Yes, sir.
What kind of
okay.
drugs?
I'm not going to share that with you.
Okay.
That's fine.
Okay.
Did he share his name with you?
Benjamin.
Actually, that is correct.
Mm.
That's true. We've had Benjamin in court. Did he tell you about that?
Mhm.
We heard a little bit of it.
Yeah. Yeah, Benjamin got the book thrown at him in court.
Yeah, we heard a little bit about that.
Yeah, and that part's true.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Well, I don't think that there's anything very exciting in this neighborhood. We've been here for 30 years.
30 years.
Okay,
Mhm.
so we know the neighborhood pretty well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And would you show me your university ID?
I don't have my wallet with me. I have my phone, but
He's got his parking pass right there.
yeah.
Show me your parking pass.
Show that I'd be.
The cheap one.
Yeah, I can't afford anything else.
You got the cheap one.
Cheap
Yeah,
college student.
It's not the one I
don't
have.
see anything very interesting going on in this neighborhood. It's a pretty typical neighborhood where people put on masks.
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 Yeah.
So
You mean for Halloween?
Physical
Are you
masks?
saying people have different identities than that which they portray to the public?
Absolutely. You've been in
Okay.
church.
Huh?
You ever been in church?
Yeah, I'm Antiochian Orthodox.
Yeah.
Are you familiar?
Well, people wear masks to church too, and you don't know who they really are
Hey,
until.
what religion are you, if you don't mind me
I'm
asking?
not sharing that with you. People wear masks in church, and you don't know who they really are until the chips are down, and when the cops come to your door because you've been
Uh-huh.
named for drugs, phone harassment,
Phone harassment?
solicitation.
Somebody has called you
Solicitation.
on the phone and harassed you?
Not me.
She's saying she's talking about in general, Alex.
Not me. Not me. And then when you see all that happening, then you go, oh, whoa, okay.
Uh-huh.
And when you see the cars coming and going at night, then you take down the license plates and you turn them in. My son's a cop.
All right.
Did he tell you that?
No.
No.
Well, if he had, it would have been true.
Yeah, you just told me about your husband. So you.
What did he tell you about my husband?
He just said it's you and your husband living there. Does your son live with you, or?
My son's a cop. And Yeah, so when the police show up at your door and arrest you, then you go, no, these people probably aren't what they appear to be.
Yeah.
So other than that, I would say that's real typical around here.
This was a very interesting interview. A couple of the most important pieces of information we learned. The creator of the Momo Betta channel, his name is Ben. Ben is also a firefighter. He's a supposed functioning alcoholic and drug dealer. The videos definitely take place in Salt Lake City. The neighbors have lived there for over 30 years, and their son is a cop. There's a lot of very awkward instances in this interview, such as when one of them will ask her, say, "What religion are you?" You'll notice she either gets kind of nervous and just go, "Where are you guys from?" Or just will outright say, "I'm not sharing that with you," and almost come off as a little hostile. But at the same time, she gleefully will explain how her and her husband had Benjamin in court and can't even help but to let out a, "Yeah." That's honestly the creepiest part of this video, and what makes me think, yeah, there might be something off with her. She also accuses Benjamin's wife of being a live-in girlfriend. Who knows, maybe it was true at one point, but then again, they make a lot of accusations. One thing that I noticed that was brought up so briefly was the cameraman asking the neighbor, "What about the live animal traps?" There's no other mention of this besides that one brief moment in the interview. The last thing I want to point out is throughout the interview, they made it clear that they were simply just observing the neighborhood and would notice them act like this because they live nearby and they always walk around. It's pretty obvious that they had already seen her on YouTube. It's unclear if the neighbors are even aware of the Momo Betta channel posting these videos. According to the Reddit thread that confirms that this is in Salt Lake City, Utah, also mentions that Momo Betta, or Ben, has since moved. I'm not sure where they found that information. Maybe it's on some of the other videos that are not available. Who knows? I wonder if because she says her son is a cop, I wonder if that had something to do with maybe getting them into legal trouble and the police taking her word over theirs. That's purely speculation. I have no idea. And the fact that they've lived there for over 30 years, I can't imagine that they would have moved. That's if they're even still alive, because this has been quite a while ago, and they both look quite old. Unless we hear from Ben and his wife, we'll probably never know what exactly the reasoning for all of this was. The mention of the live animal traps, I can only imagine that means the neighbors were setting up live animal traps to possibly harm Ben's pets, which is very troubling if that's true. With all the neighbor videos that are out there, that's why I believe that this series of videos have to be the creepiest encounters with problematic neighbors. I think we've covered every little bit that we could. If you have any suggestions for future videos or information on previous videos that I've done that could use a follow-up, you could contact me on Twitter, but you can also email me at iamsirzach@gmail.com. Feel free to subscribe to the Patreon for $1 a month. I hope you enjoyed the video. Goodbye for now.